All right, good morning. It's Monday morning. We're still sitting here in Tulsa. When I pulled in here on Friday, I ended up getting a shard in another tire. Tried plugging it. It just, the way it went in, still have the shard. The way it went in, it made it impossible. That's the shard. And it went straight in the tire. Straight in the tire like this, but it made a big gouge right up through here, and it went right down into you could see the metal in the tire, and I think it ended up puncturing in a couple different spots there, and it just made that wall section very thin. So I got to get that one changed, and then the other one that I've been running for a couple weeks. This one over here, I'm pretty sure I did show it to you guys. Yeah, that tire there. I really don't want to change it, but it's got that band showing, so I'm gonna get it done. I just sent in my request. They already told me to pull in front of the door. Hopefully everything balances out. Alright, so we got 2 new tires. The closest thing was this here, which was a 12/32. I think this was 16/32 left on that. I think. I'm pretty sure these were 12s. There's the other one. I did the same tire. All position tire. Anyway, I'm not sure where we were at. We got this tire done, and we got that tire done over there. I just got done throwing a little extra grease on the fifth wheel. Not that it really needed it, but if I'm disconnected, I might as well throw some on. Anyway, hopefully I don't hear about another freaking tire for the rest of the year. I do think I'm going to end up replacing all these drives next year. I don't know what I'm doing as far as that goes yet. So far I have, well, that was one of the ones I just replaced was a recap. I still have 4 of the original tires. So this one's original, those 2 are original, the outside one over here is original, and that's it. This is a recap. This is a recap trailer. Yeah, and then these 2 that I just put on are all position tires. So this is the only actual trailer tire that I have on here. It's not preferred, but when you're trying to stay within the 30 seconds of what the tire beside the one that you're replacing, you're trying to stay within that range of the tire depth. You don't want one this big and then this one this big. 3/4 of an inch and half an inch or whatever. I think they say don't go more than 6/32, which would be 6/32 would be 3/16 of an inch. And there's no ruling saying that you can't put. I could put all trailer tires on here if I wanted to. Not recommended. I definitely wouldn't do it. But if it's a situation like this where I just need to take up that position, then I see no issue with it, personally. But we got all brand new tires on the trailer. These tires are all in pretty good shape. What I'll probably do at the beginning of the year, I'll find the 4 best tires I have here, tread wise, and I'll probably put them on the front axle, and then I'll replace the other 4. If any of them are really good, then I'll keep them as spares. I'll just leave them at the house. Maybe I'll keep one with me. Other than that, I don't know. That's the plan right now. We'll see what happens. All right, we're getting ready to get loaded. It's 9 o'clock at night. I just got all 8 of my boards set up, 5 feet apart. I got my center set up, and let's see how much they screw it up. Right now my center is right here, right about there. So let's see. All right, all loaded up. It's not the best. I went with the bungees on this load. I'm just trying to get it done and get out of here. Not very happy with these guys. They're I don't think they're doing things right. The guy just took it as I was trying to be an asshole, and I'm gonna be making some phone calls tomorrow. They put boards between each stack of it's just like the last load that I did, or not the last load, but the load before that, the one that went to Laredo. They had all the spaces there, and they put the boards in between those spaces and pushed it all together. About 2 weeks ago, I did that Gerdau load out of Iowa. They did the same thing. Georgia did the same thing. Well, that was Georgia that I loaded out last week. But these guys here in Jacksonville, it doesn't seem like. Jackson, Tennessee. They didn't want to put the boards in there, so they finished putting the product on me. I said, "Why didn't you guys put any boards in there? You have to ask for that." Okay, when was I supposed to ask for it? And how was I supposed to know that I was supposed to ask for it? They just no acceptance of responsibility. Granted, if I knew I had to ask for it, or somebody told me if you want boards you have to ask for it, which completely makes no sense to me at all. Just from a safety standpoint, like, you're going to leave 6 inches of space in between of the product, not just going right down the street. Still got 3 hours to drive. start my clock, so I get a couple hours down the road. But I mean, there's I'd say 6 to 10 inches of space in between each bundle that they had. If I'm a brand new driver and I could do my load checks all I want, but if I go around a turn, a couple turns at a normal speed, those things start shifting because of all that space in between there. And then it just takes one really good turn and it everything slides to one side because now your straps are loose, everything's moving, and there goes the truck off the road. Experienced guy is checking his straps and making sure everything's good and doing what he's supposed to do, but I mean, let's face it, half the guys that are out here now are not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So that's the safety standpoint, but I don't understand why I don't think I would have been so upset if the guy was just like, oh yeah, we can do that. But he was like, oh, it's already loaded. We don't touch it after it's loaded. You should have asked for those boards to begin with. It's just like, are you really? Whatever. That's my rant for right now. I am going to be making some phone calls in the morning. At this point, it'll probably be like tomorrow afternoon, but I'm going to be calling to talk to a couple people because not just for me, but nobody should accept that load. Nobody should accept it like that. So they called the manager down, and he came down and he started giving me an attitude too, and it was like, destination. He's like, oh, it doesn't matter anymore. He was like, I don't want to hear anything about that safety. You asked for the blocking. I'm going to make sure you get the blocking. Okay, well, your guy right here said that it couldn't be blocked after it was loaded. Yeah, I know. I said I was done, but anyway, we're heading towards Connecticut. I deadheaded 480 something miles over here. I think I said so earlier on, but I don't remember. It broke down to $1.69 a mile. Maybe a little bit less than that if I were to count in the deadhead going home, but I don't. We're at 75,800, 600, 700, 760, 780. I want to go with 75,760 pounds. Look at that load. Last night, we didn't finish until about 2 o'clock Eastern time. I got lucky. I stopped at there was a pilot there in Tennessee next to a, well, not next to, but right down the street from a Quick Trip. I was trying to stop at the Quick Trip, but that was all swelled up, and then I went up to the pilot and said to give it a shot. Somebody must have just pulled out of there. I got lucky, there was one spot right up front. Once they got done blocking the load last night, they pushed it together with a big forklift, stupidly, but it got done. I strapped up, I threw my pad tarps down. I used one of those smoke tarps as a pad tarp to replace the one that I had lost, unfortunately. This truck pissed me off. But at this time I put my 2-inch straps on both of them. Threw the tarp down. I actually threw regular bungees on this load. The shock cord, I love the shock cord. But for small loads like this, I think the bungees just work out so much better. I can actually put it through the rubber rail and pull it tight underneath and grab one of the ribs. We got 9 bundles in total. We got blocking in between all of them, like it should be. And I didn't call the company itself. I called my agent at Mercer, and they're going to address it through the customer, through our the customer contact, I guess is the best way to word that. And then altogether we got 44,064 pounds. For some reason I want to say it showed heavier than that. Oh, that was it. I actually played a game with Gemini last night. Not a game, but I wanted to see how it would kind of calculate it. And I asked for what the better routing was, taking I-71 or taking I-81 to go up to Connecticut out of Jackson, Tennessee. And kind of what I was thinking is the same thing that it said, was basically 71 was a lot more rolling hills rather than steep upgrades. And the fuel itself would be pretty much a wash. The fuel cost itself would be pretty much a wash, but the 71 would be better miles per gallon. And then I changed it up and I questioned how the routing would be from Portage, Indiana, going to San Francisco, California. And I was just intrigued. Mentioning that I was a truck driver, it pointed out how during these months it would be better to go 80 because it's a lot less miles traveled, and but with it during the winter time, the winter months, depending on the weather, it would be more economical to go 40. While it was more miles, one snowstorm down, being stuck for a day, could be the world of difference. So I thought it was pretty interesting using it. Anyway, just wanted to share that part. I'm heading up to Mercer now. I'm 160 miles away from there. Stop there. I'm going to grab a couple mud flaps and a couple more straps just to have them on deck. And I think I'm going to grab 2 more winches. That'll give me 9 on each side. My goal is to have 10 on each side. So obviously we're taking I-71. We'll see, because I wanted to stop at Mercer and grab the new Mercer mud flaps. I still got to call around and try to see if I can find the bracket so I can get that re-welded on there. But as of as of this morning, we had 1,006 miles. I have 800 miles from Mercer, 900, so I'm down to 956 miles. 955 miles, sorry. And I don't have to be there till Thursday. It's Tuesday right now. So I'm going to do what I can today. Get shut down at a decent time, and then I will run up to somewhere in New York or Connecticut tomorrow so that I can deliver Thursday morning. And my goal right now is to go straight home. I have no interest in doing anything else. I'm going to go home, I'm going to have a 3-day weekend, possibly leave out Sunday night and do something for Messina. We'll see what happens. So, until our next clip. Alright, what's up guys? It's Wednesday afternoon. Just figured I'd touch bases on where we're at. Today's just one of those days where everybody is irritating the crap out of me. Load's been traveling good. We stayed in Lodi, Ohio last night at the Violet. I did ask them again because I'm just really curious on what it's going to turn out to be when they redo that place. And the guy said they've pushed it back several times. They're talking about February next year now, and he said that they're actually talking about putting the building further back in the parking lot with a new shop, probably another Southern Tire. But I'm really curious on how that's going to turn out. But that's over there in Lodi, Ohio. And then that was our first stop there in Brookville, PA at the Loves. And we still have 354 miles to go. I'm going to try to get as close as possible. All I'm doing tomorrow is dropping this load. And if last time has any notion on how it's going to go, it's going to be several hours. And then I plan on just deadheading home from there and seeing if I can grab something Monday. I really need to go home empty because I need to get the, I don't need to right now, but I want to get at least one axle done for brakes. And then I can get my inspection done. It's not at that point yet, but it's like right there. I think it's close enough where they say, hey, you gotta get the brakes changed. The front axle's pretty good. The front axle has like, you're only allowed to have a 1/4 inch of brake pad, and it has half an inch. I was messing up the fractions in my head. It has like half an inch, so it still has quite a bit of life left on it. So the ones in the back, I probably got I only have a little over a 1/4. There's life left, but it's not quite that much. So I'm going to change the two on the rear axle, and then I'll change that other axle like next month, and then we'll see what happens from there. So I think this is just going to be a complaint video because I'm just not happy this week. Everybody's just pushing my buttons, I guess. But we'll either see you tonight or I'll see you tomorrow. Alright, well, we made it back here. They already got two trucks. And we already got our tarps and everything off. We got one strap on each set of bundles. really don't need it, but I put it on there just to be on the safe side. So hopefully we'll get offloaded soon. We've already been sitting here. We got here 8:15. It's 11:15 now. So hopefully we'll be done sooner than later. These guys take forever. Is what it is. Alright, that's it. It went off pretty quickly after they got me in the door, but it's still, this place sucks. Now I'm heading home. I haven't had home time since the weekend of September 7th, which is, well, that's the day that I left the house. I stopped for 3 hours on the 15th. That's been it, aside of that. From here, I usually run up to 90, and then I run 90 out to the house. But I'm actually a little closer to New York from here.
Keep left onto Connecticut 25.
So I'm taking New York 17 up to Binghamton, and then take 81 up to the house, which is a little cheaper. I don't have to pay tolls going that way. Yeah, technically there's one toll, but it's coming the opposite direction from the bridge. I already paid that last night coming up here. So that's it. We're gonna go take a 3-day weekend at home. I should be there around 7 o'clock tonight. Actually, probably more like 8 o'clock tonight. We'll see what happens. But I'm gonna end this here. Thanks for watching, guys. I know the output has been slowing down here because of just the loads. Unless I start going into like a daily video, the load, I try to keep it to the loads, not to the day. Like last week, I only pulled the one load. I mean, it was a crap week. I only had the one load from up to Oklahoma, and then this ended up being like a 500-mile deadhead.
In half a mile, keep left onto Connecticut 25 toward Connecticut 25 north.
I punched it up quick last night, but I don't remember exactly what it showed as. Yeah, 516-mile deadhead. And then we were loaded 1,156 miles loaded, 516 empty, 1672 all miles, 239 a loaded mile, and it dropped me down to $1.65 all miles. That ends the month, 247 loaded and $1.97 all miles with a 20.2% deadhead. So all in all, it wasn't terrible. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Stay